Fire, fire, and fire. It makes me thinking, why can't we use the same fire to fight the enemies? Since Incendiary Grenade is no longer available in Resident Evil 4 Remake, we have to rely on the other sources to deal enemies with fire damage. The only possible sources are this small fire lantern and also Molotov that was thrown by the enemies. Now here is our question. Why is Incendiary Grenade being removed in the first place? There must be a reason, right? Is it a crappy damage? Is it because the infliction of the damage is too slow compared to the other? Let's get the answer out, shall we? We will explore every possible cause, including our main character and Ashley. First, let us try to figure out the damage power to the enemies. So what I do is, I lure the enemies to this small lantern, and then let the enemy taste the hell of fire. From this statistic, we can see that the enemy suffers 131 points of damage per second. But wait, do not take this damage as true damage yet. It lasts quite a while, which is 7 seconds. I think this is quite long enough to kill an enemy that has less than 1000 health points. What about Molotov? So from here, we know that it damages around 140 points of damage per second. Why is it different? Remember this video about the damage scaling? This also applies to this. So what is the true damage of the fire? It is simple. I will spare the calculation math and just say that it is 186 points per damage. Now that we know that fire damage can be lethal and also it is an area attack damage, it can be another way to deal with large group of enemies. Still doesn't explain about the missing Incendiary Grenade for this. What happens if Leon takes the fire damage? Well, if you look at this, Leon suffers about 50 points damage, but it is not per second. You can see how he takes damage faster than any enemies. That proves that it is extremely fatal for player to step into the fire. But there's a catch. You can easily avoid this if you run faster before fire deals damage to you. I mean, just see from this section. You can see I blast through the fire and I get no damage at all. It is why fire has become unreliable source of damage because it takes quite a while before the damage kicks in. What about Ashley? She's a bit kind of unique. She doesn't take damage per second but will be instantly incapacitated. At least it's not an instant death like in original. Is it just that? Well, there is one thing that you should know. This fire lantern, it can deal insta-kill to those who step on it without leaving the area damage. Don't believe me? Take a look. It does deal damage per second, but all of a sudden he just dies immediately. This actually makes the fire lantern as your backup saving resources. After exploring all of these aspects, there are two reasons why Incendiary Grenade is removed that I can think of. One, the fire damage application is a little bit late. It doesn't even give much threat to the players if they move fast enough. 2. The players can abuse the insta-kill method as you can clearly see from here. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a good enough reason to remove the Incendiary Grenade? Because fire sources are extremely scarce in this game, and now that you players know the value of the fire damage, better make use of it wisely. Thank you and have a good day.